We will continue on simplifying rational algebraic expression. Number 1. X squared minus 1 over x squared plus 2x plus 1. All we need to do is factor out each term. X squared minus 1 is a difference of two squares. Then, the factors are x minus 1 and x plus 1. Next, x squared plus 2x plus 1 is a trinomial. Then we have two parentheses, square root of x squared or factors of x squared, x and x. What will be the factors of 1 that if you will add, the answer is positive 2? That is 1 and 1 because 1 times 1 is 1 and 1 plus 1 is 2. Since the middle term is positive, then the two terms are positive. And cancel out the common factors, x plus 1 and x plus 1. Then final answer is x minus 1 and x plus 1. That is our final answer. Number 2. A squared minus 8a plus 7 over a squared minus a minus 42. Since our numerator is a trinomial, then we will write two parentheses. Next, factors of a squared are a and a. Next, 7. What will be the factors of 7 that if you will add, the answer is 8? That is 7 and 1 because 7 times 1 is 7, 7 plus 1 is 8. Since the middle term is negative, then both are negative. Next, denominator a squared minus a minus 42. Since they are also a trinomial, then we will have a factors or prepare two parentheses. Factors of a squared are a and a. Next, 42. What will be the factors of 42 that if you will subtract, the answer is negative 1? That is 7 and 6 because 7 times 6 is 42 and 7 minus 6 is 1. And since the last term is negative, then one of them is positive and the other is negative. But since the middle term is negative, we will find the larger number. The larger number between 7 and 6 is 7, and the sign of 7 must follow our middle term. And the other one is positive. Next, cancel out the common factor. A minus 7 and a minus 7 cancel out. And final answer, a minus 1 over a plus 6. That will be our final answer. Number 3. 4x squared minus 12x plus 8 over 4x squared minus 16. As we can see, there is a common factor between 4, 12, and 8, which is 4. Next, 4x squared divided by 4 is x squared minus 12x divided by 4 is 3x plus 8 divided by 4, that is 2. Next, common factor between 4x squared minus 16 is 4. We have 4. 4x squared divided by 4 is x squared minus 16 divided by 4, that is 4. And we will cancel out this 2. And we have x squared minus 3x plus 2 over x squared minus 4. But based on observation, this is a trinomial which have a factors. X or two parentheses, factors of x squared are x and x. And we will find a factors of 2 that if you will add, the answer is 3 or negative 3. That is 1 and 2. And since the last term is positive, we will have the same sign. It can be a positive or it can be a negative. But since our middle term is negative, then we will follow the middle term. Next, x squared minus 4 is a difference of 2 squares. Then, the factors are x minus 2, which is square root of x squared. X square root of 4 is 2. Same, x and 2, but the difference is only the sign. Cancel out the common factor, x minus 2. And we have x minus 1 over x plus 2, which is our final answer. Exercises number 1, number 2. Both numerator and denominator of the expression 4m squared minus 20mn plus 25n squared over m squared plus 6mn minus 9n squared are perfect square trinomial. Question is, how will we know that they are a perfect square trinomial? All you need to do is investigate. 4m squared minus 20mn plus 25n squared. Get the square root of m squared. Get the square root of 25n squared. We have 2m. We have 5n. Next, multiply the 2. 2 times 5 is 10 mn. And twice that will become 20 mn, which is our middle term. Then, m squared, 4m squared minus 20mn plus 25n squared is a perfect square trinomial. How about m squared plus 6mn minus 9n squared? Still the same process. Cube root or square root of m squared is m. Square root of 9n squared is 3n. But based on our last term, when we are talking about perfect square trinomial, the last term is always positive. But since our last term is negative, then it is not a perfect square trinomial. Exercises number 2. m squared minus 2m plus 1 over m squared plus 3m minus 4. We will find the factors of the trinomial. Since this is a trinomial, we will prepare 2 parentheses. Next, factors of m squared, m and m. And since this is positive, the signs are the same. Next, look for the middle term. The sign is negative. Then, we have 2 negatives. Next, what will be the factors of 1 that if you will add, the answer is 2? That is 1 and 1 because 1 times 1 is 2. Negative 1 plus negative 1 is negative 2. Next, denominator. Factors of m squared, m and m. Next, since this is negative, the signs will be positive and negative or different in sign. Now, 4. What are the factors of 4 that if you will subtract, the answer is positive 3? Again, the factors of 4 that if you will subtract, the answer is positive 3. That is positive 4 and negative 1. We will check. Negative 4 or positive 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. Positive 4 minus 1 is positive 3. Now, cancel out common factor, m minus 1, and the final answer is m minus 1 over m plus 4, which is our final answer. Exercises number 3. Number 2. X squared minus 4x over x squared minus 6x plus 8. Again, we will factor each term or each binomial. x squared minus 4x, there is a common factor which is x. Next, x squared divided by x is x. Minus 4x divided by x is 4. Now, since this is a trinomial, we will prepare two parentheses. Factors of x squared are x and x. And since our last term is positive, they have the same sign. And what are that signs? Of course, that is negative, which is our middle term. Next, what are the factors of 8 that if you will add, the answer is 6? Again, the factors of 8 that if you will add, the answer is 6. That is 4 times 2. We will check. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. Next, negative 4 plus negative 2 is negative 6. That satisfies our trinomial. Next, cancel out common factor x minus 4 and we have x over x minus 2. Then our final answer is x over x minus 2.